And I tell you this, the number one reason is why a lot of people, if they had a choice, they're going cruising. Hello, and thanks for clicking on the video. My name is Randy, and on this channel, we've been talking a lot about cruising. We talk about vacations a lot, but mainly we've been talking about cruising as of late. Me and my wife have another cruise coming up very, very soon. And today's topic is actually going to be possibly somewhat controversial. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you 10 reasons why some people prefer cruising over going to certain theme parks. All right? Let's start with number 10. Traveling. Yes, when you book a cruise, you know you're going to see some place you don't normally see. And oh my goodness, the different places you can go on a cruise ship. I mean, I dare you to go and just start doing research on it. Oh my gosh, all around the Caribbean. You can go to Europe. I mean, heck, you can go to Alaska. All the different ports you can see, all the different things you can see. It gives you a chance to branch out from the United States and to go out and experience other parts of the world. So you know you're not confined to a certain area. You can go out, you can go exploring, you can go on excursions. Another thing about traveling is some of these cruise lines have their own private island. So you get to go and you are only with the people that's on that cruise ship, and they have these somewhat secluded private islands where you can experience all kinds of wonderful things. You can go snorkeling, you can go paddle boarding, you can you can go bike riding, you can go hiking, or you can just sit back, relax, have some adult beverages, and just take in the beautiful scenery. So that's a huge plus for number 10 as well. Number 9, easier access to amenities, to pools, to characters, to games, and so on. You don't have to wait in line. If you want to go swimming, you can literally throw on a bathing suit, and in a matter of minutes, you're in the pool. If you want to see your favorite character, sure. All right. We're talking about Disney Cruise Line, okay, and you want to see a certain character, sure, there may be a slight line, but that line might be 2 or 3 people. All right. Not 25, 30, 45-minute wait line, okay, as you would have at Walt Disney World or Disneyland. So it's faster access and it's easier access, and here's a big one. You're not waiting necessarily in the sun to see the characters. You're inside the ship, in the air-controlled ship, comfortable, waiting to see the characters, as opposed to possibly being in the summer heat in the sun, waiting 45 minutes, sweating like nobody's business, waiting for a character. Again, if you want to go swimming, you can go right now, all right? If you want to go find a little secluded spot to just sit back, chill out, and relax, you can do that. When Walt Disney World, the Universal Studios are busy, good luck trying to find a spot to just sit down and get off your feet, okay? People are everywhere. So that's number 9, easier access to amenities, easier access to things and characters. Number 8, I just alluded to, heat, okay, or cold, all right? If you're in a theme park, especially if you go during a busy season in Florida, oh my gosh, it is blistering, it is fuming, it is so hot. You literally, trust me, I know, we've gone many times. You just standing there, you are sweating like nobody's business, okay? I mean, it is just stifling. You are absolutely drenched, and the humidity, oh my gosh. Combine the humidity with the heat index, and it can be well over 100 degrees in the shade in Florida. And we're talking about any one of those 2 big theme parks, okay? You go to the other extreme, you go during the winter months, and sometimes it can get very, very cold. Again, the difference is that humidity factor, okay? Because it's not just cold in the South, it's wet cold. And that makes it a lot more difficult and, uncomfortable. Whereas opposed to cruising, again, you're inside of an air-conditioned ship. Temperatures are perfect. And at any time, if you're outside and it gets a little too warm for you, either A, jump into a pool, okay, or B, walk into the ship, go find a nice cool spot and cool off. So there's a huge advantage, just comfort level, okay? The comfort level is so much better inside or on board a cruise ship as opposed to 7, 8, 9 hours in a theme park with the heat and humidity, or the humidity and the cold. Number 7 is a big one. Nothing against kids. I've got 2 myself. All right, love my kids. Love doing anything for them. But especially when you have little kids, younger kids, you know as well as I do. When you go to that theme park with them, whether we're talking the stroller from all get out, okay, where you gotta, constantly have them in the stroller and everything else, and lug that stroller everywhere. Boy, that was fun. All right, but you constantly, of course, have to keep an eye on them. You have to watch them. You have to account for them. You have to take care of them. You have to appease them. You got to, you're constantly worried about your children. Are they happy? Are they hungry? Are they too hot? Do they, just all of it. And it's great. Don't get me wrong. Parenting is great, okay? But my parents out there, you know what I'm talking about. Some of the stressors that can happen at a theme park with especially smaller kids. Okay, as opposed to a cruise ship, they have paid professionals that do an amazing job. They are trained to take your children and to give them an amazing time, to separate them from you, to supervise them at all times, and to show them a fantastic time on board a cruise ship. So you can go and gamble. You can go relax time. You can go get your own games. You can go on the slide. You can go to the bar. You can do whatever you want and not have to worry about your children. And I've heard that the kids are actually depressed when they got to go back to their parents because they've had such a great time on these cruise ships. Because they get to make new friends, they get to play kids in their age group, and they have designed things for them to do that kids like to do. So it is a wonderful, wonderful thing. It works out great for the kids, and it works out great for the parents. So that's a big one. That's a big plus. That's why a lot of people will pick going on a cruise as going to a theme parks, especially if you have the smaller kids. Number 6. Cruising is multi-generational. It caters to virtually all ages. There's something for everyone, whether you are, again, a small child going to the kids club, or you're an older person and your speed is much slower, okay? When you're at a theme park, as I'm sure most of you know, if you want to be really efficient at a theme park, it's up early, it's rope drop, and it's virtually nonstop, whether you're on your phone trying to find the best wait times or trying to make that schedule, for that character dinner you're trying to make, or going to get on a certain ride at a certain time because you got your window of opportunity, you got your Genie Plus, or you got your Fast Pass, or whatever you want to call it, and it is go 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 go. Whereas on a cruise ship, there's so much different catering for all types of people. They've got, wonderful slides and other types of activities for the younger people. And they've got lounge chairs. They've got piano bars. They've got other types of bars. They got possibly gambling, for people that want to slow down and just relax. So there's a lot more to do with the whole spectrum of ages of people on a cruise ship as opposed to a theme park, an active theme park, especially when it's busy. And you people know what I'm talking about. Number 5, you don't have to ride. When you're in a theme park, you spent all that money and you feel like you want to get full advantage of all the money that you spent. Maybe you feel obligated to ride some of the rides, different people react different ways to certain rides. There's some rides I'm not getting on, okay? I'm not going to do the orange side of Mission Space. I'm not doing it. I'm going to get sick. I'm not going to do it, okay? So on a cruise ship, it's completely up to you. If you don't want to ride anything at all, if you don't want to do the rock wall, if you don't want to do the flow rider, if you don't want to do the drop slide, you don't have to do it. Okay, you don't feel obligated to do it. Whereas at a theme park, you're trying to get your money's worth. All that money you spent going to the theme park, and not to mention your family and friends maybe trying to push you to get on Tron and try it out the first time, that type thing. There's no pressure. There's no pressure. There's no guilt involved or anything like that on a cruise ship. You choose what you want to do, and if you don't want to ride, you don't have to ride. Number 4, kind of a rehash, but it's a really important one. If ever you're in a theme park, especially during the busy season, the lines. There's a line to go into the park. Then oftentimes they'll bring you to another line. Once they let you in, you go to another line to wait to go actually into the different rides. And then when you get to the rides, there's another line. When you want to go eat somewhere, talking about reservations or not, there's another line. If you want to go see certain characters, there's another line. And sometimes for the poor ladies out there, there's a line to go to the bathroom. So it's all about lines, and waiting in line. And there's virtual queues where you got to wait in line for that too. Not the same on a cruise ship. I'm not saying there's no lines, because occasionally they are, but they're a whole lot less. And again, as I alluded to in an earlier point, you're not in the heat or the cold. You're not in the environment in these lines. You're in a cool, comfortable area. But again, if you want to go swimming, go swimming. If you want to go on the aqueduct, sure, there may be a line, but it might be 4 or 5, okay, that you're waiting behind, not 100 or 75, okay? So much less waiting in lines on a cruise ship. All right, number 3, another big one. Another big, huge plus, in my opinion, for a cruise ship. There's only so many people you can fit on the ship. Just like there's only so many people you can have in the theme parks, the difference is, if any of you have ever been to Florida on one of these theme parks during the really busy season and when it reaches capacity, oh my God, what a nightmare. It is packed. I mean, you feel like you are suffocating, okay? There's just people everywhere, and there's lines everywhere. And man, you get so aggravated, and next thing you know, the whole family's fighting, and it can be a nightmare. I know a lot of you know what I'm talking about. It's not like that on a cruise ship. Even if a cruise ship is near capacity, there's so much to do, and there's such a large. Some of these ships are just, oh my God, unbelievably big, that everything is spread out. And no doubt you can find a nice quiet spot. I promise you, you can find a nice quiet spot to relax on a cruise ship virtually any time of the day. I promise you. That is a huge, huge difference. Even when it's near capacity on a cruise ship, there is never the same type feeling of absolute people everywhere, and it's just suffocating. It's not even close. That's a huge one for a plus for a cruise ship over theme parks. The number 2 reason why you would choose a cruise ship to a theme park, it's virtually all-inclusive. Okay, let's talk about price in general. Okay, some of these cruise ships, you can pay, as little as $500 or $600. Heck, some of them are darn near free. If you are a gambler, you can get a free cruise if you are a person that visits and likes to play in the casinos. But price difference is, oh my gosh. I mean, have you priced Disney World? Have you priced Epic Universe? Oh my goodness. And you're paying just to get into the park. You're getting a ticket just to get in the park. Once you get in the park, if you want to go eat, you gotta pay. You want a snack, you gotta pay, right? It's money, 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 money. Whereas on a cruise ship, a lot of the food is covered. Most of your snacks are covered. Everything is all inclusive. So that's a huge, huge plus for cruising as well. The fact that virtually everything is included, from your food, snacks, your room, which by the way, if you stay for a week at Disney World or Universal Orlando, you gotta get a room and you gotta pay for that too. So you got pay for the ticket, you got to pay for a room, and oh my gosh, have you checked some of the hotel prices? Oh Lord have mercy, that's a whole nother discussion. All right, but if you go to theme parks, you got to get a ticket, you got to pay for your food, all your food, character dinners, and so on and so forth, and those can be a nightmare too. And then you got to pay for your hotel, your stay. That's not the case on a cruise ship. On a cruise ship, you pay that one price, and you're covered. All your food's taken care of, your room is taken, your cabin's taken care of, and most of the amenities, all the, the going to the islands, traveling, whatnot, it's all covered. Okay, it's virtually all covered. Sure, there's some premium things you can do. There's special dining and whatnot and all that stuff. But what I'm saying is most of it is all covered with one price. That is a huge, huge plus for cruising over theme parks. And now, the number one reason I feel, this is the biggest reason why a lot of people will pick cruising over theme parks: relaxation. There is no hurry. There is very little stress. From the moment you walk into the terminal until the moment you walk off that cruise ship, your whole demeanor changes. You are truly on vacation. All right, my Disney Universal people, y'all know this to be true. How many times at the end of your theme park vacation, when you get home, you got to recover from your vacation because you have been going. It's all about planning and trying to get on certain rides at a certain time, and you got to make this dining reservation, you got to make this show, you got to do this, you got to do the fireworks, you got to get the snacks, you got to do. It is exhausting. It is a very, very exhausting. I'm not bashing it completely. It can be a blast. We've gone a ton of times, so don't throw any heat on me for that. We love Disney World too. We'll be going soon, as a matter of fact. However, you cannot argue that the amount of relaxation the true relaxation that you can get on a cruise, it is night and day. And the other thing, tying into number one, is, this is another a reason why I think this is the number one reason why, you get out of a cruise what you put into it. If you want to go after all the medallions, okay, and all the awards, and go after all the trivia shows and the movie quotes and the movie clips and everything else, go for it. You can do that. If you want to just hang out in the pool the majority of the trip, You can hang out in the pool. If you want to go on the slide 150 times, you can go on the slide 150 times. If you want to take full advantage of that drink package, you can take full advantage of the drink package. If you want to spend most of your time in your room just relaxing, you get out of a cruise what you put into it. You can do what you want for the most part when you want, when you are cruising. It is so much more relaxing, and it is so much more catering to what you want to do. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is why I feel a lot of people are choosing cruising over going to a theme parks. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've enjoyed this video, please, I encourage you to support me by clicking on that subscribe button. It would mean a whole lot to me. We're trying to grow the channel, and you can certainly help. It costs you nothing to do it. Just click on the subscribe button, and because there's a lot more content coming. In a matter of weeks now, we're going to take you with us. We're going back on the Disney Dream for a cruise. And so you want to be a part of that. We're also planning our Alaskan cruise upcoming, and we have a land and sea adventure on the way. Coming up later on this summer, we will be going with my family and friends to not only Walt Disney World, but a fantastic Disney cruise as well. So click on that subscribe button, and also share this video to people that you think are kind of on the border, or people that would be interested in maybe they're on the fence about going on a cruise. Share this video, send this video to them, and see if you can see if this helps them, encourages them to reconsider and think about going on a cruise with you. All right? Thank you so much. Appreciate you. And yes, we will see you on the next one.